Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're just seeing my beautiful face for the very first time, hi, hello, my name is Adora and you are watching Life with Adabeke. I know you might be like, she seems extra perpy today, extra giddy giddy, whatever. But it's because you might have noticed I didn't post a video last week. And that's because I had my very first med school exam. I was in the thick of things. It was the ghetto. We were in the trenches. But your girl made it. She passed her exam. Or you start being girl, we give God the glory. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you to my returners. Thank you to everybody. We crossed the 500 threshold. Like, we crossed it much faster than I was expecting. We just got there and zoomed over it. So, road to 1K. And that's why I want to appeal to you guys to please watch this video to the end. Watch my videos to the end so that I can get to my 4,000 watch hours. Just keep watching my videos, keep sharing them, keep enjoying them, and let's do what today's video is about to be done, okay? So I've gotten more than a couple of emails asking me, oh, you mentioned DO, you mentioned MD. What's the difference? Like, can you do a video and really explain what the real difference in these two systems are? And I decided that, you know what, it's time. Let me do a video kind of like telling you guys what the difference between MD or DO is, and then like which one I think is better maybe, or which one I think you should apply to. I'll preface this by saying that I do go to an MD school, so I go to an allopathic medical school. So you might hear me refer to MD as allopathic, DO as osteopathic. That's just so that we can keep our terminology. In this medicine, too much abbreviation, too much big grammar. Yeah, but let's just keep our abbreviations and stuff. Let's keep it in check. So MD or DO, allopathic versus osteopathic. So as usual, I have my trusted notebook. Can I do YouTube without this notebook? Find out in chapter 2. But the first thing is the application process for both. And now I applied for both too. So I'm speaking, a lot of things I'm saying is because of experience. I applied for both, so I don't really have biases like that. So the application process for MD schools, you apply through AMCAS. Most of you might be familiar with AMCAS already. Whereas for DO schools, you apply through AA COMAS. So AACOMAS versus AMCAS, AMCAS. Okay? So they have those two different application websites. And those websites, there's even just the website, even like the way you apply, so the things that you need for your application are a little bit different. But honestly, for me what I found was, if I had like my MD application ready, it was very easy to retrofit it to the DO application. The DO application, they both have the same personal statement word count, and you can use the same personal statement for both. Yeah, I know some people are like, can I use the same personal statement for both? Yes, you can. I use the same personal statement for both of my. At the end of the day, what they're asking you is, why do you want to be a doctor? And as long as you answer that question in your personal statement, that's what they're looking for. One thing though was that for the activities, DO had a lower word count. I think it was like 600 words, whereas MD had 700 words. So I had to like tweak some of my activities for them to be able to like fit into either or. And then for the most part, yeah, like I think that was like the biggest difference. And then in the timing of application, DO application opens earlier, in the sense that when you submit, they start going to the schools earlier. Their cycle starts earlier. So you want to, like, if you're trying to take advantage of the cycle, which early bird gets the fattest worm. So for DO, it starts earlier. So you want to make sure that you apply as soon as possible. Then application fees, they were roughly the same for me. And as an international student, because of like, I found it easier to get, I was able to get fee waiver. I was able to get a fee waiver for my DO applications, and I couldn't get for my MD applications because like MD1 did not accept, me being an international student did not allow me to apply to get a fee waiver, but DO allowed you regardless of citizenship, which I truly appreciated. Like, I'm not even lying, that was a good one. That was with regards to the actual DO schools, the biggest difference is that part of the DO curriculum has something called OMM, osteopathic manipulative like technique or something like that. I don't know too much about it. I just know like it's a way of, a lot of people that use it are like to relieve pain. It's just an additional tool in your toolbox, and DO schools teach you that, whereas MD schools don't. For me though, I didn't feel like it was a big enough reason to pick one over the other, because when I talked to students in DO schools, and as well as like some DOs already in the field, like a lot of them were not even using it in their day-to-day practice. So I was like, I don't know, there has to be more for you to like choose one over the other. Like, oh, I didn't feel like OMM was a big enough reason to pick one versus the other. But if I'm wrong, someone should let me know in the comments, okay? And if you've made it this far, please, have you commented? Have you liked? Have you shared? Have you, done something to help me grow this channel? Please don't leave here without doing something. Either subscribing, either liking, either sharing, and please make sure to watch till the end. Are known to have a more holistic approach to medicine. And the reason why this one is I think initially when medicine was what it was before, the DOs were definitely the more holistic practitioners. But I feel like more and more, like medicine is becoming more and more holistic. So even allopathic medical schools do have having a more holistic approach. I don't even know if that makes sense. They are having a more holistic approach towards medicine. So yes, I feel like DOs they had a head start. So if that's something you're really looking forward to, DO school might they just know about it more because they've been doing it more versus allopathic medical schools. Another thing with applications is that DO schools have a larger deposit when you get in. So when you get into medical school, and really any other school, any kind of school, you're usually required to pay a tuition deposit or something to hold your seat. So most MD medical schools was like $100 deposit, and some schools it was even refundable. Most DO schools is like $1,000, $2,000. I'm not even kidding. Some schools want you to put down $2,000, and you're not even sure if you're gonna go there, yeah, because like some schools, like it's such a tight timeline for you to put that deposit down when you're still waiting to hear from other schools. I felt like that's very unfair. On like, they don't really, I don't know why, I don't understand the rush. Like, they just want you to like give them that money, and some of them have the guts, the whole guts, for it to be non-refundable. Don't even get me started, because why? why But it's okay. Right. Then with regards to residencies, I know that DOs and MDs have usually had different residencies, but I had a rumor, which I think is true, which is that their residencies are merging. So please, if someone can confirm this rumor for me in the comments, please confirm. But their residencies are merging, so like it's not even different residencies anymore. Honestly, like in the real world, in the outside world, like DO and MD, like they practice the same. A lot of the differences, quote unquote, is really pre-med. It's pre-med that hype it up, because in this like school I am now, there are so many DOs, so many, like, as in you don't even know who is who. You're just moving around, like, just nobody cares. Nobody say, did you go to osteopathy? Your patients don't even know what the difference is. So nobody really cares in real life. It's like residencies, I think their residencies are even merging, so even less of a care. One thing about DO schools though, and this one, like, it was talked about a lot in my interview trail, I didn't even know prior to applying, is that so during your clinicals, like your 3rd year and 4th year and stuff, a lot of DO schools, a lot of them don't have affiliated hospitals. They have like multiple different hospitals they are affiliated with. So a lot of times your rotations, like, you have to tend to go far. Like one of the schools I applied to, like, you needed to like go to a whole different city for each different rotation sometimes, like, and I was like, that sounds like a mess, because like, how is it that every 2 months I have to be changing the city? So that might be something that you need to, like, when you're applying, like, you need to talk to, ask about, make sure to ask about, like, find out, do they require you to be going from Jerusalem to Jericho, like, or maybe in a class of 100 or something, maybe only 60 spots are in the school, and then the remaining 50 something of you have to go and be way, you understand? So that's something you might need to figure out. And I know this is not the case really with MD schools, because a lot of MD schools already have an affiliated hospital where your rotations will happen. And so it's usually in fourth year, if you want to do away rotations or something, that you now leave and come back. But for DO schools, at least the ones I was interviewing, most of them had that situation. So that's something you should ask about. Then another thing is that not all countries recognize DO degrees. And I want to put the asterisks here. So the asterisks here is that most countries do. So if you're an international student, like my country recognizes it, so, and most countries that if I ever wanted to practice outside of the United States or something, do recognize it. But if you feel like you want to check, go ahead and check, and just make sure that the country that you may want to practice in sometime in the future does recognize DO degrees. And I know, like, the DO people, whatever their name is that are in charge of DO, they are like making DO to be recognized more and more across more and more countries. But so maybe by the time you're even finishing, it might not be an issue. But I know is that not all countries recognize DO, so you should just be aware of that and check. But the caveat there is most countries do, so chances are that's not even. Another thing was that DO schools, I found, didn't have as much funding as MD schools. I don't know if it's just the ones I was applying to just broke. Please ignore me. But I don't know if it's just the ones I was applying to, but they just didn't have as much funding when compared to MD schools. And you might be lucky, like maybe it's just because I was an international student or something, but most people I know, like DO schools just don't have as much funding, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. If anybody knows why, please let me know in the comments, because like funding wise, I found them lacking. I love about DO schools is that they're more open to non-trads and older students, right? And international students, just more. I feel like they really do walk the talk when it comes to, like, we are trying to make medicine more accessible to diverse population. I found that more DO schools were more likely, to take degrees. They're more likely to take degrees, a first degree from outside of the country. They're more likely to take community college credits, they're just more likely to take things that a lot of underrepresented students came with. So I like DO schools for that. I felt like even during my interviews, I felt like, they were speaking more to my whole person and not just like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Like, it was just like, okay, what is there about you as a person? So I liked that. I like that aspect. Like, I just like that whole student aspect of DO schools. So for me, let me tell you, come closer. Let me tell you my true recommendation. Apply to both of them. If you want to be a doctor, you will be a doctor regardless. You will be a doctor regardless. I hate when I'm talking to somebody, and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't really think about it. Why? Apply to MD, apply to DO. It's just broadening your chances of becoming a doctor. So apply. All the things you've heard, oh, they heard that this one, I heard that. In real life, nobody cares. You ask yourself, have you even ever checked whether your physician, maybe you went primary care or urgent care, blah, blah, have you even checked if they were actually MD, or do you care? Your patients don't care. So literally, most people don't care. Most people don't care. Just make sure that you're doing what you need to do, getting the grades that you need to get to, going to a school that's going to provide you with all the things that you need to have to be able to succeed. So apply to both, broaden your chances, and leave all those rumors for the rumor mills, I beg, okay? So thank you guys so much. I really truly hope that you watched this far into the video. Thank you guys. I'm so happy that I passed my exam, but it doesn't end there. In fact, I have another exam coming up soon. But I'm going to try my best to maybe record videos ahead of time so that you're not like where is she? I want more of her. But what will encourage me to keep recording more and more videos is for you guys to please keep watching my videos, go and play my playlist, please, all those things. Share with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and let's grow this channel. I really want to be monetized and just let my channel be growing and flourishing. Okay, but thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anything I'm missing about differences between MD and DO schools, please don't forget to leave it in the comment section. If there's anything you want to know or you want to clarify that I said, leave that question in the comment section. Anybody who has commented in my comment section knows that I'm very good about replying and letting you all know what's going on. Okay, but till next time, I remain your girl Adora. Bye.